Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hello, I'm following on this week from the previous verse, which we looked at in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna describes that those who are foolish do not recognize my true divine nature. They think that in appearing as a human, I am no more than just another human. They don't understand that I pervade all beings, that I'm spread everywhere. They don't realize that. And Krishna used a word which I sort of stepped around. In Sanskrit, he uses the word avajananti. Avajananti mam mudha. Mudha, as I've described, means the foolish person. Avajananti, it's more than they don't recognize me. They actually, they deride me. They mock me. That those who are foolish, they sometimes make a habit of mocking others, of deriding others, and ultimately they might even deride Krishna. So this week, the verse tells us what is the consequence of that. So let me sing the Sanskrit for this week's verse. Mogasa, moga karmano, moga jnana vichetasa, rakshasin asurin chaiva, prakritin mohinim shrita. This word, now, last week we had the word mudha. This week we have a much stronger word, two words, rakshasin asuran. So the way this verse goes is, those who deride me, their hopes, their work, their knowledge are all in vain. The word Krishna uses 3 times in this verse is mogha, and mogha means bewildered, baffled. So mogasa, the hopes are baffled. Moga karmana, the work is baffled, and moga jnana, the knowledge is baffled. I think in many ways this describes an aspect of the age we're living in, because there's such widespread disrespect to the whole idea of a personal God, and even derision. So consequently, the activities and all the efforts that those who are in this mood of denial, whatever they undertake, it doesn't really work. It doesn't come to fruition. It is baffled. And the second part of this verse goes even further. These persons, their deluded nature attracts them to selfish and destructive ways. And I've put it gently. That's always my tendency. I don't want to push this in people's faces. But Krishna does, rather. He says, Rakshasim asuring jaiva prakriting mohining shrita. These persons, being completely bewildered, they take shelter of the nature of Rakshasa and Asura. Asura generally is translated in, I translate it as ungodly, because Sura is the godly. So Asura is is the one who is ungodly, who is without any good qualities, without godly qualities at least. And sometimes this word Asura is translated as demon, the opposite of divine. There are those who are divine and those who are demonic. But the other word Krishna uses is Rakshasa. Rakshasa, in its literal translation, refers to complete demons, man-eating demons, whose only interest is in victimizing, hurting, exploiting, and giving pain. And that, it appears, and I'm not looking here at the Gita, I'm looking at the world as it is today, that there are those who revel in this total darkness. And what Krishna is warning us is that if you don't recognize my divinity, if you, and go further than that, if you deride it, avajananti, the ones who deride my personal form, manusim tanumasritam, Krishna had said that, I appear in this world in human form. Human form is not just the physical. Human form, of course, with 2 arms and legs and eyes and ears and all the features that we have, has its origins in eternal divinity. That's what we learn from all the Vedas, that there is, on the absolute plane, there is a divine personal form which is displayed. It has its origin in the Supreme God, in Krishna. And Krishna is the last word in absolute beauty. And it is from that beautiful human personal form that we are able to inhabit a reflection of the divine human form. Here in this world it's made of flesh and blood, but we all have originally a divine, eternal form, which is itself emanating from Krishna, who has the supreme eternal form, from which we all emanate. So if I don't appreciate and be thankful and give love to that supreme original being, who has many, many names and who appears in many ways on this earthly plane, but whose original existence is far, far beyond where we are now. If I don't seek to devote myself to that, not just that Krishna is the source of all, or that Krishna is the controller of all. He is both those things. Krishna is also the lover of all. And I can find my ultimate perfection and my ultimate completion in reciprocating love with Krishna. Then, whatever I undertake in this world, it will be blessed in great or small ways. But if I base my life, as some sadly do, in a spirit of rejection of the divine presence, my tendency will be to gravitate towards thinking, there is no God, I am God. I'm the one that all this is for. It's all for me. So let me exploit it, let me control it. And those who have this nature, really what happens is the dark side comes forth. In the Gita there is quite detailed teachings about the dark side. It's called this mode of darkness, tamas. There are 3 modes which make up the whole, all the varieties of existence in this world. They are goodness, passion, and ignorance. And ignorance is in Sanskrit called tamas, which means darkness. So these 3 qualities, a bit like the 3 primary colours of yellow, red, and blue, as they are mixed together, they produce infinite varieties. So the infinite varieties of this world are coloured by goodness, passion, and darkness. So let us cultivate the quality of goodness, of peace, and happiness and joy, and avoid the qualities of darkness. When we see darkness manifest, what we're told is don't hate it. Be detached, but recognize it, and don't associate with darkness. Unfortunately, in today's world, this darkness is gathering like a great storm. The dark clouds are there. So it has always been, in waves, I guess. You know, in the history of the last hundreds of years, all through human history, really, there have been waves of darkness, and then there are waves of light as well. It fluctuates from one to the other, but we seem to be in a time now where we have to choose. All of us are being called upon to choose. Do I want to be in the darkness or in the light? So if I choose Krishna and Krishna's beauty, I'm choosing the light. So let me finish with a great mantra. If we chant Krishna's names, this sacred sound will protect us from all darkness and confusion, and flood my life with light, and whatever I undertake in the spirit of devotion to Krishna, it will be fruitful and it will bring me blessings. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. See you next time.